Hello and welcome to my review of the Suicide Squad. I'm Glowfenix Out and welcome to the review. It is a 2021 superhero comedy action film, the latest in the DC Extended Universe. This film is kind of a standalone sequel to the Steam Suicide Squad, just Suicide Squad. So yeah, later on I'll dip more into spoilery territory and onto some of my thoughts, starting with that opening sequence. What a start, seeing kind of the collection of characters from returners like Captain Boomerang and Rick Flags to kind of more newcomers like Blackguard or Weasel. It had its thrillers, but also showed what the Suicide Squad is, a bunch of bad guys who are dispensable and quite entertaining. From the antics of Harley Quinn to the detachable kid, or as they call it, TDK. It's all in his name. It's chaotic parts, it's more bloody moments, and it was quite a few opening scenes. On to, the rest of the film, and kind of meeting the main kind of cast and team that we follow, from kind of Bloodsport to Ratcatcher 2 to then King Shark. As the film progresses, kind of you see the dynamic of the team is shown. Kind of Bloodsport kind of taking more kind of a leadership role of this group, kind of the friendly nature of Ratcatcher to the lovable, gullible King Shark. Then onto one of the best bits that came back from the original, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. From a reintroduction as Harley Quinn, to the squad, and at times her crazy, chaotic nature, to one of her standout moments from the kind of fairy tale romantic scenes with Salvador Luna, the dictator of Corto Maltese, to that escape, which had some very cool visuals with kind of the cartoon flowers and maybe even a cartoon animal of sorts. Was a fun, exciting scene. From me talking about one fight scene to me talking about another, this time involving Peacemaker and Bloodsport and a rebel camp shootout. From the competitive nature between the two players, what seemed like a fun, kind of entertaining sequence may have not been all fun and games later on. Onto some of my thoughts on that final third act, and then I'll get into my overall thoughts of this film. From Johannesburg, kind of imposing old-fashioned Soviet Union-like place that holds Project Starfish, to then the actions of one of the characters. And the scene I'm about to talk about is the one between Peacemaker and Rick Flags, kind of the fight that ensues between each other. Now, going in, kind of the start, kind of going into the scene with kind of them starting off fighting each other, kind of seeing the reflection kind of bounced off of like Peacemaker's shield. His shield, he's not Captain America, he's Peacemaker. He has a helmet, very shiny helmet, kind of seeing them battle out each other, kind of smashing kind of Rick Flags to a bathroom, and then the action he takes. Spoilers, he kills Rick Flags. And I'm like, great, I quite liked him. Like, they'd kind of developed him, he was kind of a nicer character, kind of they'd improved him, developed him a bit from the one we kind of see from the 2016 Suicide Squad, and I was like, he was like the original leader of the Suicide Squad. So kind of we've lost this guy who I was like, I quite liked him. So like when he died I was like, I'm sad. I'm sad that he's gone and that we won't see him appear again. So yeah, like then I was like, they're making a Peacemaker TV show, and I'm like, okay, interesting. A character who I don't like, who is slightly unlikable, but I will say that like one angle I am interested about is that he will do anything for peace. To make peace, he will do anything. There's even like a previous scene where he's like, he will eat loads of dicks if a Palm Beach. I think it's that scene where like right at the start, he will do anything to do peace. He will murder, he will massacre people. And I'm like, okay, I would be really interested to see in like a longer format than just a 2.5 hour film, how will he actually, like, will it turn into some psychological thriller, being like, I willed peace and this is how I'm going to do it. So overall, kind of talking about just the characters and kind of this fight scene, I'm kind of excited for the TV show on the side note, but also like overall that is kind of my thought on that kind of sequence and the events that happen in it. So yeah, my overall thoughts on this film. Well, this film I thought was great. I enjoyed it, from all the performances from Israel vs Bloodsport to Daniel Ambashu's Ratcatcher 2, who's kind of the connective tissue of this film, to even kind of the shout out to kind of King Shark, kind of his like lovable, gullible nature, to kind of that scene where he's like friends and like he's in the aquarium, to kind of his kind of polka dot man, and how kind of they made his character, who's relatively silly, have like this tragic kind of story past to him. Kind of, he was very good, well done, very kind of entertaining, kind of, and yeah, I quite liked him. And the scenes where like his mother appeared, I was like, that's funny, that's entertaining. I really quite like that. But overall, in general, everyone kind of did excellent performances and everyone was kind of all good. Then it kind of had maybe a bit more darker moments, kind of maybe with kind of what the Thinker was doing to Starro, kind of Starro, this kind of kaiju monster, and I'm like, wow, that's huge giant starfish attacking kind of this Spanish South American island and kind of causing chaos and destruction, and kind of them fighting it and kind of fighting and battling kind of Starro in that kind of final act with all kind of the destruction, kind of King Shark jumping on him with kind of Harley Quinn jumping into his eye, kind of swimming through it, was all kind of, they were all kind of exciting moments, but as I said, some dark moments, but also some awesome moments, and kind of more sweeter moments, kind of I already mentioned some, and overall, it was a wild but fun adventure with some entertaining villains. My rating for the Suicide Squad is 9, and I kind of use kind of film camera kind of images kind of like out of my rating, and kind of I call this level super wicked, which kind of means it's nearly the best. It's not perfect. I do have some minor issues, but overall I quite enjoyed it and it was great. Glowfenix out.